my name is Alex, and you're listening to the Stagger Stance podcast, where I give my Stagger Stance about anything and everything stand-up paddleboarding, as well as personal and lifestyle. Today is a really important podcast, for me at least, considering that this was a realization that I had. And I want to share because it can possibly help other people from getting into a rut in the New Year's. And that is to not wait until 2024 to start your 2024 goals. Now, it seems counterintuitive, like, Alex, these are my 2024 resolutions, why would I start in 2023? And I think it's a good discussion, and I want to be here and kind of tell you my view on it and why it should start sooner rather than later. And I also want to talk about how I, myself, am actively working on my 2024 resolutions, even though it's still 2023. So yeah, let's get right into it. A big thing is that people want to wait until 2024 to start their resolutions. Like, oh, I don't have to worry about my diet, I'll just wait until 2024. Oh, I don't have to work out this last week, I can just wait until 2024. And what that does is that it creates a false promise for yourself, because when you start on the New Year's, whether it be the 1st, the 2nd, the 3rd, you are starting from zero, and you expect in your head that you're going to go from 0 to 100. And what happens is that you end up burning out very, very quick, because obviously your body, one, is not used to going from 0 to 100 in a few days. Or when it comes to habits that you're practicing, if you have not built up your life to handle those habits, you are not going to continue them. I remember I would do this a lot, whether it be the first day of the month, the first day of the week in 2023. I'd go from 0 to 100, like, oh, I'm going to paddle in the morning, I'm going to go to the gym in the afternoon. And what would happen is that within the 3rd or 2nd day that I'd be doing this, I would be so incredibly sore that I could not continue the rest of the week. And what happened is that I would then feel bad that I wasn't training, and I would essentially feel like a failure because I wasn't following in on my own promises, when in reality I did not build myself up to be able to handle those new habits. And if you go from 0 to 100, you'll burn out quickly, and that'll make you feel like a disappointment, like you can achieve your goals, and you'll just fall back into your old habits. And you'll start back from 0. So what I've been doing, and what I want to tell you to do, is to not start on New Year's. You should start right now with whatever you want to do, but don't start at 100, start at 0. And what you want to do leading up to the New Year's is to build up. So maybe today you're starting at 1, but maybe tomorrow you'll do like a 5 or a 10. What you want to do is that you want to slowly build up to your goal so that you feel okay messing up the first 2 or 3 days, so that you don't have this huge habit weighing on you that you feel like you have to continue every single day. I want you to think about the goals that you made for yourself in 2023 and still continue them while actively working towards your 2024 goals. And also, if you take longer to stop your bad habits, it'll take even longer to get rid of them. The next 1.5 weeks of December, you'll be continuing the bad habit. So that is a 1.5 weeks worth of bad habits that you still have to get rid of once the New Year's start. So even if it's something small, breaking those bad habits before the New Year's even starts will help you so much. And I want to talk about something mentioned in a book that I'm pretty sure everyone has heard of. It's called Atomic Habits. Someday I hope to do a whole podcast episode on it, because honestly, it was life-changing. I've learned so much on how to build good habits and maintain them. But anyways, I want to talk about a specific part of the book where it is creating systems, not goals. When you create a goal, that is your end point, and you only give yourself your end point to work towards. Whereas if you were to build a system, you can set goals, smaller goals, that slowly build up to your end goal. And this is what I'm talking about with starting right now and going slowly leading up to your goal. So once you hit New Year's, you can actually successfully continue your goal and start your goal and be proud of yourself that you're actually continuing this good habit. There's a quote in this book that I want to tell you. It's just really important to what I'm talking about right now. It is, you should be far more concerned with your current trajectory than your current results. Meaning it doesn't matter whether you succeed or not in your good habit. It is the fact that you are internally working towards your goal that you should be more concerned with. And this is big with what I am currently working with right now when it comes specifically to my paddleboarding and my training. I haven't trained for 3 months. I'll be very clear with that. I have not trained. I have lost a ton of muscle. And so right now, it is pretty much physically impossible for me to go back into my normal training regimen and for it to be successful. I mentioned this before, but if I were to continue my paddling as I were before I stopped, I would be so incredibly sore. I would be just be in so much pain, and I would beat myself up about not being as fast as I used to when, yeah, obviously, Alex, you haven't trained for 3 months. And this was definitely something that I had to learn through, I think, the second half of 2022 and the first half of 2023, is that you cannot start from 0 to 100. I tried so many times and I'd fail consecutively. It was only when I slowly started building up my habits that I was actually able to maintain them, and I felt more fulfilled. So knowing that, instead of waiting till the New Year's to start with my training, I have started around the second week of December, but I'm starting really, really slow. So the first week, all I wanted to do was really kind of shock my muscles and actually move them around and get used to working them out again. So I committed to going to the gym 3 times. That's all I had to do. I took it very, very calm. The first day I did not hit any of my maxes because that wasn't what I was there for. I wasn't there to hit a new PR. I was there to get my body back into the movement of working out. And then each day I would try new things, kind of shock different muscles in my body instead of just doing a repetitive training session. And now this week is the second week of my little plan leading up to New Year's. I am still going to the gym 3 times a week, but I'm also paddling 2 times a week. And this is stuff only in the morning. If my coach tells us that we're going to go paddle in the afternoon, I'll go, but I'll take it super, super light because I don't want to burn myself out. And I want to be able to commit to myself to going in the mornings, whether that be paddling or gym. Because for me, in the moment, those are the most important things. That's a commitment to myself that I want to continue leading up to New Year's. And then once the 3rd week hits, I hope to go to the gym again 3 times a week, but I also hope to paddle 3 times a week. And so in this kind of build up, I am hoping to get my body used to the movement of paddling and working out, and so that when New Year's hits, I can continue with my normal regime and I don't feel sore as quickly as I would if I started from 0. And I don't get burnt out. I don't feel bad for myself if I can't complete a set. And I won't beat myself up about completing a 5K slower than I normally would. Because a lot of things with habit building is mental. If you do not help your mind, your physical body will display that. Your body will tell you when it is not ready to do things. And if you do not listen to it, it'll just become a downward spiral. I also thought it'd be kind of fun to talk about some of my New Year's resolutions. I want to keep some of them to myself, most of them to myself, obviously, because I don't want to be projecting my resolutions onto social media and all those things, just because that's my stuff, that's my goals to work on, but I also do want to share some stuff just for inspiration or ideas. It also kind of keeps me accountable too. It keeps me accountable. And these are relating to all parts of my life, whether it be stand-up paddleboarding, gym, self-care, all these things. It's not specifically just stand-up paddleboarding. A big thing is that I want to continue with my skincare. I've been really, really good at my skincare. It's something that I consider a non-negotiable to work on my skincare in the morning and at night. And I want to continue doing that because I've noticed such an improvement when I actually sit down and work on it and continue to work on it to be consistent with taking care of my skin. I want to take care of my hair. I grew out my hair in 2023. Whenever I grow out my hair, I've only ever grown it out for a year. So I really want to see what 2 years will look like on my hair. And that also means that I'm going to have to take more care of it because it is longer. So that's definitely something that I want to get into in the New Year's. I want to make sure I'm drinking a lot of water because that is super, super important, especially me being an athlete. I get dehydrated so much because I'm always in the sun. So definitely drinking a lot more water than I normally do. I also want to stay committed to journaling every day. Journaling is so good for you. I cannot preface this enough. It is so incredibly good for you. I can talk about how good journaling is for you like forever. I'm not going to say it right now, but I'll probably talk about it in future podcast episodes just because it is so good and I want more people to start doing it. I want to wake up early in the morning because once I wake up early in the morning, it is so much easier for me to actually go train in the morning. And then when it comes to training, I want to increase my training because I am now moving up. I am no longer a junior. I'm in the open category as an 18-year-old. So I have to increase my paddling level, obviously. I want to start learning a new language. I want to start learning French. I want to commit to at least 30 minutes a day, whether that be Duolingo or maybe I'll actually start like an actual French course. Who knows? I also want to commit to my social media presence. I want to post once a week on my podcast, at least once a week. I want to post at least once a week on my Instagram. I'd love to start making YouTube videos again. The last one I'm going to share is that I hope to stay disciplined in all aspects of my life. The biggest thing that I struggle with is discipline. I have no one to keep me accountable. A lot of things that I do are independent. They're independent adventures, whether that be my training, my social media presence. All these things are independent, so I definitely lack accountability in a lot of these parts of my life. So I want to prove to myself that I can stay disciplined in these things and to become a more productive and purposeful individual. So yeah, I think that is it for the podcast. Let me know if you have any goals that you want to set or topics relating to these things that you'd love to have a discussion on. I'd love to hear about it. But I think that is all for today. Thank you very much, and I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.